Hello, my YouTube friends. Where's my knife? Here it is. Coming to you with the final results of my Rex76 sisal rope cut test, and as you see, I went through a batch of it. But it is, in fact, twisted sisal rope. It's not manila or jute, if you're going to do these tests, you need to pay attention because they'll pass off manila rope as sisal rope or whatever. But I did my research. This was very good sisal rope, and it is rated for 360/1000, which is pull weight and hang weight, I think it is. But anyways, I ended up with each of these are 20 cuts. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1420 cuts I got on this. And it is finally, I don't know if I can do this behind the damn camera here, hanging up a little bit right at the tip. It's still, I could probably actually go a little more, but as you can see, it's wanting to hang up a little bit there. It's starting to tear at the beginning of the cut. And that's all just on the outside of, this part of the blade right here. You can see where it was cutting. It's all right here out at the tip. Coating held up pretty good, but then again, I figured it would. I have the same coating on one of my Manixes, my 52-100 steel Manix, and it's got more cutting than this on it. I've had it for like, I don't know, 6, 7 years, something like that, maybe even 8, and the coating's still pretty good shape, but held up pretty good. I'm not sure if I want to do any more of these cut tests or not. It's hard on me. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before in my videos that I have a connective tissue disorder, and my shoulder's killing me, my wrist. I wrapped my finger up real good with band-aids and tape, and then a glove on top of that. So I didn't blister up too bad this time. It's a little tender, but it's not blistered up. But just to give you an idea, and honestly, that's not all of it because I started out with 500 cuts and ran out of rope and had to order another batch. And while that was on its way to me, my old lady threw the other batch of this out. So there's actually not quite half, but maybe a third of that again would have been in here. I mean, this damn knife just kept cutting and cutting and cutting. I figured those results are about pretty close to what I expected. Because I got 940 cuts on the Rex 45. And if you follow Pete over at Cedric and Ada's, he did the Rex 121 cut, the Spyderco Sage 5, and got 2,000 cuts. So this one technically should have fallen somewhere in between that, and that's exactly what it did. So, I mean, this stuff is absolutely brutal to cut, especially if you don't really have a good setup where you can stand up and do it and get leverage. I'm sitting in my living room. Made a mess. I'm going to have to run the vacuum because these little freaking hairy fibers are all over everything. But that's what I got. 1,420 cuts, and I could, these tests are kind of subjective. From one person to another. One guy might call it sooner than I did. Another guy might go longer than I did. It's all just whoever's running the test. It's their judgment on to when to call it with the way it's cutting. Um, and rope may vary. There's different grades of rope and everything. I mean, there's nothing scientific about this, but that gives you just a general idea that Rex 76 will make a shitload of cuts before it's dull. They're just normal use, normal EDC use, not as a work knife or anything. If you're just a normal EDC, you probably aren't going to have to sharpen one of this knife in a year. I mean, for again normal, occasionally breaking down a little bit of cardboard and cutting a zip tie here and there, maybe a little food prep, normal EDC stuff. Like I say, not a work knife. It's obviously going to mean a whole lot more cutting, and it's going to speed that up. But this stuff held an edge for a very long time. It took a pretty nice polish, fairly easy, but then I decided that I kind of roughed it back up with after I finished it, I dropped it back down to a lower grit stone just to give it a little more of a toothy edge because I figured a toothy edge would do better. It feels dull now. I mean, it'll still cut, but out here at the tip, it definitely can tell it ain't gonna shave anymore, but it will still cut. It's just barely hanging up on the paper. Like I said, I probably could have pushed it a little farther, but I don't think it'd have gone too much farther. And it is starting to, you know, out here at the tip, and this part right out here, it's starting to catch a little bit, and it's more tearing than cutting, so I called it. Especially since my arm's getting sore. I got a rotator cuff. Both of my shoulders have rotator cuff issues. The right one isn't as bad as the left one, but it's still doing all this and all the pressure putting on it. It's got it flared up a little bit on me, so I'm kind of sore. I don't know if I'm going to do any more of this type of testing or not. I might. I do still have some rope left, so I can do something else, I guess. But we'll see how I feel, how it goes, and how long it takes me to heal this up. I don't want to do any more of these 1,000+ cut steels. That's just too much on me. But I might do some I don't know, D2 or Nitro V, or I got a couple M4 knives, so I might do something else. Crew wear. I might do something else just to use up the rope because I don't really have any more use for this rope other than for these tests. So, but I'm not making any promises on that. This stuff is just, it gets, these little hairs get everywhere. They're all over the carpet, all over the table. I'm going to have to break out the vacuum here and everything. So, but I didn't mind doing it. I mean, it was a little painful and it seemed like I was just cutting forever. But it was kind of interesting because I really was curious as to just what the hell this steel is capable. I knew that Rex 121 is like the top dog of all steels. It beats Maximet. According to the testing I've seen everybody else do, that is, it'll beat Maximet even, and Maximet's like an insanely entry ton of steel. But Rex 121, according to Laren Thomas, anyways, his charts say it's top dog on edge retention. Nothing else comes near it. That's out there right now, anyways. Who knows what the future holds? They keep coming out with more and more steels, but that's all I got for you today. Take it for what it's worth. Like I said, this ain't nothing scientific about this. It's going to vary from person to person, at least a little bit, anyways. Depending on the rope, the brand of rope they buy, depending on when they decide that it's to call it. There's going to be a lot of variations, but yeah, this stuff is brutal. I don't know, like Pete, if he's using actual sisal or if it's, like I said, a lot of people call it sisal rope, but it's actually manila or jute. But I don't know what the difference is going to be on that, if there even is a difference. I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll get manila rope and try cutting something with it and see how it stacks up against the sisal. But that's all I got for you for right now. And I'm tired, I'm beat. I got to clean this mess up, and I'm going to call it a night and just go watch some TV, I think. Until the next one, stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll see you. Hope you all found this one interesting.